Good evening, I'm Dave Karger. Welcome to Turner Classic Movies. Tonight we're celebrating what would have been the 85th birthday of one of the most influential comedians of all time, Richard Pryor. Pryor began his career as a stand-up comic in the early 1960s, and by the end of the decade, he broke new ground with a style that was entirely his own. With a unique blend of wit, wisdom, and profanity, Richard Pryor dared to tackle issues that earlier comedians had considered too provocative, including topics like racism, sex, and drug use. In the 1970s, Pryor was able to parlay his success as a comedian into an equally successful career as an actor. Up first tonight is a hit comedy that marked Richard Pryor's first collaboration with his frequent screen partner, Gene Wilder. From 1976, it's Silver Streak. The title refers to the name of a train bound from LA to Chicago. Gene Wilder stars as a book editor who boards the train hoping for a quiet trip, but gets the exact opposite when he accidentally witnesses a murder. Jill Clayburgh plays the victim's secretary, and Richard Pryor shows up halfway through the film as an escaped thief who teams up with Wilder to track down the killer. Wilder and Pryor first met going into production on Silver Streak. Their first encounter was brief and cordial, and they went their separate ways until they had to appear on camera together. But once the camera started rolling, their dynamic changed completely. They clicked right away and instinctively knew how to play off of each other's strengths. Gene Wilder later credited Richard Pryor with teaching him how to improvise on camera. The pair went on to make 3 more movies together over the next 15 years. From 1976, directed by Arthur Hiller, also with Patrick McGoohan, Ned Beatty, and a score by Henry Mancini, Silver Streak. Silver Streak was the first of 4 movies that Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder made together. They followed it up 4 years later with Stir Crazy, which was released in 1980 and was directed by Sidney Poitier. Their director on Silver Streak was Arthur Hiller, and this was Hiller's biggest box office hit since the 1970 blockbuster Love Story. Despite his credit as the sole director, many of the scenes in Silver Streak were planned and guided by its stars, Gene Wilder and Richard Pryor, including the infamous scene where Wilder darkens his face in order to evade the police. In the original draft of the script, a white man was supposed to enter the room and be fooled by the blackface makeup, but Wilder and Pryor both knew that was offensive and wouldn't play well, so Richard Pryor decided to change it. He said it should be a black man who comes in, sees what Wilder is doing, knows right away that he's white and doing this because he must be in some kind of trouble. Coming up, Richard Pryor suddenly inherits a fortune in a 1985 comedy co-starring John Candy.
Next on TCM, Brewster's Millions, then Richard Pryor live on the Sunset Strip, and later, Richard Pryor, Here and Now. TCM is the place to be tonight.